Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Al Shah Bashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to y'all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video. This is a premiere from GMS Hawaii Ba. And I'm going to entitle this video The Importance of Knowing Root Words or Etymology. So I just clicked on this. This started 15 minutes ago, as you can see, and I caught it right about here. Right about here. This is a class, one of the IUIC classes, and this individual is talking about we can't hate Esau. So I'm going to let you listen. I may have to bring it back a little bit more, but let's see. We got it right here. Let's see if I can catch it. So listen up.
These niggas, man. How do I separate the two? All right, good question, right? Now, we are commanded not to hate Esau, right?
Where does it say that we can't hate Esau?
Deuteronomy 23:7.
Okay,
right?
We're going to go to Deuteronomy 23:7, but let him read.
Now, hating him and praying for his destruction are not the same, right? Because, well, let's get into it. Read verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 7.
Read.
Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite,
Meaning hate an Edomite. Read.
for he is thy brother.
He's our brother.
Now they totally went off because they don't understand the etymology of words, the root of words. He reads the word, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. We're not supposed to hate him. If he went to the etymology of the word, let's go to it. He just said we're not supposed to hate him, but we're supposed to pray for their destruction. Well, if we pray for their destruction and the opposite of hate is love, aren't we going to cry when they get destroyed? So let's go to that. I'm going to make this real quick. Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. And I'm not going to go the Syrian route. I'm going to stay with the Edomite route. Like let's say this is actually talking about Edomites, because one of the words there is Syrian. It's a misprint. But let's go with the Edomite. Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. He says we're not supposed to hate him, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. The scriptures say, don't I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? So they hate the Esau hates the Most High. So we're supposed to hate them. How about that? So let's pull out that word, abhor. And it's a damn shame because back more than 20 years ago, General Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel, whatever his name is, he did a video with Bunyamin of the HODC, proving the name of the Most High and the name of his son. And he went into the Hebrew, he went into the Torah, he went into the Ben Yehudi Bible Dictionary, he went into certain other documents. And this is what a church does. They just read a word and say, that's what it means. That's what it says in English. Well, you got to understand that the New Testament, the Old Testament was translated from the Hebrew. Daniel was translated supposedly from the Aramaic, which is another form of Hebrew. And the New Testament that we read was translated into the Greek and then into the English. But some of the books was translated from the Greek, some of it was from the Hebrew. So abhor, let's look up the word abhor. Abhor does not mean to hate, because it would say hate. So the word there is tha'ib. Abhor, abominable, abominably, utterly. Now, every month, your woman has a period, so you're supposed to abhor her. That doesn't mean hate her. It means separate yourself from her because she's contaminated. It said to abhor, be abominable, do abominably, to be abominable, be detested. You detest your woman when she's on a period. In the kingdom, you're going to be separate from your woman for 7 days, but you're going to have other women. To be abhorred, be detested in a ritual sense. Right. If you come across a dead body, you're unclean until the evening. If you have sex with your woman, that's you abhor yourself. You don't go to the temple. You're unclean. You and her are unclean until evening. That's the ritual sense. In the ethical sense, to loathe, abhor, regard as abomination. Abomination has nothing to do with love or hate. If something is abominable, you're supposed to not be around it. In the ritual sense, in the ethical sense, to cause to be an abomination. When your woman is on a period, she's an abomination to you for 7 days. To make abominable, do abominably in a ritual sense, in a ethical sense. That's a primitive root. Let's go to some of the precepts. Neither shalt, Deuteronomy 7, verse 26, neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thy house. Like the Christmas tree is an abomination. You're supposed to detest it. You don't hate a Christmas. You walk down the street, you see a Christmas tree, you ain't supposed to, I hate that Christmas tree. No, you don't buy a Christmas tree in the spirit of Christmas because it is an abomination. Lest thou be a cursed thing like it, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. Somebody with an unclean leper, if it's an Israelite, you're supposed to abhor them. Job 9, verse 31, and I'm going to close. Yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall abhor me. Does that mean my own clothes are going to hate me? No, when you're plunged into a ditch, you get dirty and sweaty. So it's symbolic or poetic that you're like if your clothes had a life, they would jump off of you because you're sweaty and stinky. All my inward friends abhor me, and they whom I love are turned against me. Meaning their friends, if you got like a sort of disease, people get away from you. Right. I hate and abhor lying. That's two different words. I hate and abhor lying. Now let's look up the word hate. Because if it says thou shalt not hate an Edomite, then it would have said hate. There's the proof right here. Hate is a completely different word. Hate. Shana, to hate, be hateful. And you see the word, you see the precepts there. Enemies. So for the word hate. So because these guys don't go into the Hebrew, and like I said, had General Nathaniah had kept in the spirit of going into the books in the Hebrew and the Torah and the Ben Yehudi and the different documents, these guys would teach the same way. They would say, okay, let's go into the Hebrew word. So really, they don't have the whole truth. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.